Thank you. Well, I have two bets. Joe DeLumlor and Howie Long both bet me $100. I will cry. I bet them $100. So we're going to find out here real quick. Been in my drawer since 1993, 30 years, okay? I've been waiting to give this speech. Marty, thanks for the gracious words, my friend, for that introduction. And to Jim Porter, the Hall of Fame team, and the city of Canton, and all of you that were making my friends and family feel welcome, thank you very much. Congratulations to my fellow inductees. I'm honored to stand here as the class of 23 with you guys. Also, I thank all the Hall of Famers who spoke up on my behalf during the voting process. Without your input, I wouldn't be here today. From the moment the greatest Jet of all times, Joe Namath, knocked on my door, I've been reflecting on my football life and the people who helped me. My career started at St. James High School in Chester, Pennsylvania, under my coach, Joe Loeb. After high school, no one offered me a scholarship to play football. As a result, I went to work for a trucking company, and who would have ever figured out that trucking made me more money later? But eventually, I was invited to try out for the semi-pro team, the Aston Knights. My girlfriend and now wife drove with me to the field in Ridley Township, Pennsylvania. But when we pulled up, I got cold feet. I made a few excuses to Debbie and about not trying, and when she suddenly grabbed my keys out of the ignition and threw them out the window, I said, "What the heck did you do that for?" Not needless to say, so when I went out to try and get the keys, the guys seen me and they said, "Joe, come on over." I tried out for the team and I made it. But if it wasn't for Debbie making me get out of my car, I wouldn't be sitting here today wearing this gold jacket. The equipment manager from Temple University, John DiGregorio, saw me playing with the Knights and recommended me to the head coach, Wayne Harton of Temple University. Coach Harton offered me a scholarship to play football after watching me play one quarter. I also want to recognize my teammates, the Temple Owls that are here today. Go Owls! My success at Temple led me to become a sixth-round draft choice of the New York Jets in 1977. It was a highlight of my life up to that point. The Jets were only 8 years removed from their Super Bowl win, and I thought they were due for another very soon. Okay, I was wrong. All right, so. We never made it to the big game, but the friendships I made are more valuable than a championship ring. My head coach was the great Walt Michaels, who previously was the defensive coordinator for the Philadelphia Eagles. He told me that he saw a lot of my games when I was at Temple because I played at the old Vet Stadium where Philly played. He said that that was one of the reasons he drafted me. And the other, we were both Polacks. So it fit real well. Once I asked my defensive line coach, Dan Sikanovich, a guy I really looked up to, about making the Pro Bowl. And he said to me, "Joe, you're not going to have to worry about making a Pro Bowl. You're going to have to worry about someday being enshrined in the Pro Football Hall of Fame." And believe me, from that day on, I played a lot harder. In 1985, defensive genius Bud Carson entered our fold and switched me to a three-man line. I played it in a cock position like Mean Joe Green used to play. I had so much fun and caused so much havoc. It was great. I confused offensive linemen because they never knew which way I was coming from. And the Jets owner, Mr. Leon Hess, a true fan of the game, We were all his boys. He treated us like he treated our football team like family. In 1981, one of the greatest names in football was born, the New York Sack Exchange. We led the NFL in sacks in '81 and reached the AFC Championship game the following year. Marty Lyons, who you met, was a first-round draft pick out of Alabama. Abdul Salam was a soldier of peace, but he battled with us every Sunday and left it all on the field. And then one of the biggest personalities in NFL history, my teammate, Mark Gastineau. Mark, I know that through our competitive nature, we made each other better. I want to quickly acknowledge a teammate of mine who passed away last August, Jim Sweeney. He died suddenly, and I just want to mention his name.